get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Take it, man. Let's hear you. Here we go. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Last time, here we go. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey,
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa. I'm Russell Aguirre. I'm your assistant minister, and I'm so glad to be here with you on this Easter Sunday. And can we give some more love to our fabulous band? In our spiritual tradition, Easter is an invitation to let the Christ consciousness arise within us, here and now. In the spirit of the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth, it calls us to self-renewal, to let love awaken in the heart, and to keep always before us the living awareness of our unity with the divine. As the Christian mystic Meister Eckhart once said, it does not matter that Christ was born long ago in Bethlehem unless he is born in us today. So whether you're in the room or you're watching online, please know you're very welcome here. Now, please join me in reading out loud our mission. The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We are motivated by a compelling global vision that inspires us to bring the gifts of compassion, integrity, and loving kindness to the world through our programs and teaching. Together, we're helping create a world that works for everyone. And we work towards this mission through our 5 spiritual practices. And would you please read those with me? Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, and spiritual circulation. I'd now like to extend a very warm welcome to our first-time visitors. First-time visitors, would you please raise your hand as you're able or stand? We would love to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a token of gratitude for joining us today. I know that somewhere between the music, meditation, prayer, practices, and Dr. Edwards' message, you'll find exactly what you need for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Please know you're very welcome here. Now, please enjoy some music before our short time of silent contemplation and prayer.
Turning within, Spirit is already here as love, light, and infinite possibility moving through all of creation. This is the one life that lives as me and each of us, sharing itself without limits as we reflect its wholeness back to it and all of life. Today, we remember the transformation of Christ consciousness as the living movement of eternal life within us. As we awaken to our deeper nature, our divine nature, we embody love, compassion, wisdom, and the healing presence. It magnifies within us and moves out throughout our world, blessing our center and community, holding our children and young people and all of humanity in peace and goodwill. In every moment, we remember this is the truth of our being. I am so grateful for this unfolding consciousness and the presence of Spirit here. I am thankful as well for all gathered here and our viewers online, knowing that the law of life has already said yes. I release this word, and so it is. Good morning. I'm Reverend Sayota, your spiritual support minister, and won't you join me in today's affirmation on the screen? Love, forgiveness, and renewed life. Thank you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Let's hear you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Oh, thank you very much for that rousing Easter introduction. Good morning. If you were to look around this room on this Easter Sunday, or if you were able to see all the people viewing online, you'd probably notice that more people gather on Easter than any other Sunday of the year. It's interesting. And I wonder what brought you here today. Perhaps it's the season itself, because there's a particular quality in the spring air, something ancient and instinctive in us responds to the increased light and the warmer weather. And earth-based religions have marked that as the return of life and have done so for thousands of years. And I think that impulse still lives in us. And when I think about who might be here in the room, I'm imagining that, well, we come from many different places and different starting points in our origins and history of belief and exploration. And some of you, I look around the room and see you've been coming for years. And some of you have just started, maybe even visiting for the very first time. And so I'm guessing some people might be in that process of figuring out exactly what it is they believe in this journey. And I think some people come on Easter because of the tradition of celebrating newness and a new beginning, and others come carrying a loss, that feels perhaps too heavy to carry alone. So when I think about that, rather than a one-size-fits-all Easter message this morning, I'm bringing what I call an exploration of Easter mindsets. 3 ways of holding the meaning of Easter that are ideas. They're not conclusions. They're possibilities, perspectives to try on rather than doctrines to accept blindly. Just something to consider, to see, does it open up anything in me wherever I might be on my spiritual journey? So here are the 3 Easter mindsets I'm thinking about. Number 1, my life is part of the divine. Number 2, my life is continuous. It doesn't end. And number 3, my life is given to me to embrace right now. So let's dive in with the first one. My life is part of the divine, and this is a central claim of metaphysics. It's something that we sit with and think about here at the Center for Spiritual Living. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he believed that we are not separate from that life, that energy, that spirit that animates everything. We don't stand apart from it, reaching toward it. No, he believed that we are, every one of us, already within it, part of it. Now, this is not an idea that is unique to our tradition, and although our founder got it from the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth, and that part when Jesus said to his students, "The Father and I are one," the same idea recurs, shows up in various forms across many of the faith traditions that we are studying together this year. And perhaps the closest parallel in world scriptures comes from Hinduism in the expression aham brahmansi, meaning I am Brahman, or I am the ultimate reality. In Sufi mysticism, it shows up in this idea that the deepest self-discovery will lead an individual to the awareness that the one who knows themselves knows their Lord. Jewish mysticism offers the phrase, there is no place that is empty of the Holy One. Zen teaching points inward with the invitation to discover Buddha nature as already present. And it goes on. This idea keeps on recurring. Now, they're not identical in theology, but they do echo this shared mystical intuition, the idea that our lives are part of the sacred whole and always will be. As that phrase that is attributed to Rumi says, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Now, some traditions might describe the drop as eventually dissolving back into the ocean. Our founder offered a different approach. He saw it differently. He believed that the warmth and the color of who we are is never lost, never absorbed, doesn't disappear. And that the divine goes on expressing itself through us, through our uniqueness always. So for metaphysicians, we're talking here about that shift from a life of separateness to a life of belonging to something that is larger, something more permanent, more enduring. And in practice, it looks something like this. I began by asking myself, what do I identify myself with? And can I try to identify myself with that which is eternal and unchanging? Look, I'm still going to have to notice the things that change, because the flow of change in life, well, that's just the way things are. Bodies come and go. Experiences rise and fall. And throughout all of it, something remains. Something watches. Something continues. And spiritual learning, I believe, is paying attention to that something. Because that, we say, is what I am. I am the watcher. I am that which remains through everything that changes, and I belong to this life as part of it. As do you. Now, a real-life example of this for me comes in the form of the neuroscientist Jill Bolte-Taylor when she suffered a massive stroke. And the structures by which she had known herself, language, memory, orientation, even the usual boundaries, like identity, it all temporarily dissolved. And as she reported, yet something remained aware through it all. And later, she described the experience as discovering a level of consciousness that was still present even when so much else had fallen away. Her story raises the same Easter question we're asking today. When so much changes, what is it that remains aware of the change? And to make it personal, I could ask myself, What would shift in how I carry myself today if I genuinely felt that my life was part of something continuous and unbreakable? That's the first mindset. And if the first mindset is about belonging, the second is about continuity. My life continues. It doesn't end. On a Easter morning radio broadcast in the 60s, I believe, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said these words: I wonder if sometimes we haven't been just a little too morbid about the thought of death. To Jesus, it was the triumphant procession of the soul, the ongoing of the spirit, the expansion of the mind. He knew that this is not the only life or the only world, or he would not have said, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." Now, whatever you make of those words, there's something poetic about it, to me at least, and they draw me in because they speak to me of continuation, of life expanding, not concluding, of a universe with more rooms in it than I can see from where I'm standing. And that lifts me up. Now, you don't have to have or share that belief to still stay with the questions it raises. What changes? And what doesn't? Careers change. Mine is. Bodies change. I can't climb mountains like I used to. Circumstances change. We're watching that unfold right now in our nation. And through it all, can I ask myself, what is the thing in me that remains present through all of it? What is it that is watching as changes do what they do? Our founder, Dr. Holmes, would say, that which watches is the part that endures. So that brings us to a very good Easter question. Is the one in me who watches made of something more permanent than the things being watched? In that radio program, Dr. Holmes continued by saying, what would be your reaction and mine if we knew that the only thing we could take with us when we leave this world would be that which we really are? Would not our reactions be more kind and gentle? And should we not come finally to live as though we were immortal now? I think he was inviting us to consider this Easter idea that could be expressed like this. Wherever I am and wherever I go, I take with me me. So let me ask, who am I really? Do I identify more with things that change? Or can I identify myself more with that which watches? Leads to more Easter questions. What defines us in this life? And when we drop all of our labels, all of our definitions, what is left? What remains? And can I embrace that something that remains? And can I be available to it? And that leads to the third Easter mindset. My life is given to me to embrace right now. Now, this one is less about what happens after life and more about how we live right now. It's about being present for life, embracing it, as we say here, just as it is. And just as it is, not. Even enjoying it. Now, granted, it's typically easier to say things like that if life has treated us kindly. With pain and injustice, it can narrow our sense of what is possible. So perhaps the question to sit with is this. What happens when I begin to see my life and receive it as a gift? Does it mean constant happiness? I don't think that's it. No, to me, it suggests this willingness, an invitation to be willing to be present for life, moment by moment, in good times and in bad times, as much as I am capable, as much as possible, every moment, without reaching past this moment to some future experience. Can I be here? It is, after all, the insight that the Apostle John pointed to when he wrote, "Beloveds, now we are the children of God." Now. Not later. Not by and by. Not after sufficient effort, struggle, or finding the correct belief. Just right now. That is another important point of metaphysics, this emphasis on being present for what is. In a way, every prayer that we speak, like the one you heard this morning, every prayer we speak is a small act of remembering to be present. Our prayers at the center tend not to be prayers to convince God to help us. No, instead, we pray like a meditation to remind ourselves of what is already true. And our founder, Dr. Holmes, described this remembering as a kind of resurrection arising from the thinking that separates us from the divine into the awareness of this power that is available everywhere and always to everyone in this life and whatever follows it. When I first came across this kind of thinking, it really changed things up for me. It redefined things for me. When I started to imagine my life as something that was given to me, not something I had to earn, then some parts from my past had to drop away. I could no longer continue seeing my life as a trial. I stopped thinking of my life as a test that I had to pass. Instead, it became something to explore, to witness, to watch, to create in an unfolding, an invitation to live as if I were already home. I still had to tend to what hurts. I still had to do what is mine to do. But something new was present. I felt like I was part of something much larger than the finite details of my life. wherever you come from today, and whatever you may be carrying with you, this third Easter mindset perhaps is the one that asks the most of us. Can you receive your life as a gift? If not all of it, some parts of it? Or this, can I soften the thinking that keeps me working so hard to deserve my existence, and try instead to accept it as something already freely given? So the mindsets that we have moved through this morning are: my life is part of the divine. My life is continuous and doesn't end. My life is given to me to embrace right now. Easter has a way of opening us to renewal and to the losses that are already part of life. That's the tender side of Easter, and there's room for it here. Because many of us this year have moved through losses, relationships, dreams, sense of security, perhaps a friend or a parent, maybe someone whose presence shaped our lives and whose absence still shows up unexpectedly at times like these. Because anniversaries, like this one, have a way of bringing them forward into our minds. And if that's true for you today, you're welcome to hold them and that feeling right here. I'd like to take a moment in our service today to remember the ones who have passed before us, the ones whose absence is felt still. And I'm going to invite you to call them to mind as I light a candle to honor the memory that you have, and to honor that memory as something that still lives in you. After I light the candle, I'm going to read a poem that has brought comfort to many of us who are holding the passing of a loved one or the loss of a dream even. I love this poem because to me, Easter is about moving through grief and not ending inside of it. Now, as you listen to the poem, you might recognize the three mindsets. Belonging, because grief can intensify the longing to know that we are held in something larger. Continuity, because Easter directly raises the question of what endures. And presence, because loss often sharpens the sense of sacredness of life and invites us to live it right now. I am standing on the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength, and I watch her until at length she hangs like a speck of white cloud just where the sea and the sky mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There, she is gone." Gone? Where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large in mast and hull as when she left my side. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just at the moment someone says, "There she is gone," there are other eyes watching her coming, other voices ready to take up the glad shout. There she comes. There she comes. I invite you to join me in a moment of spiritual mind treatment, our form of prayer. And you're welcome to listen to this prayer as poetry or simply as language pointing toward belonging, continuity, and presence. And when I use I mean the universal I, and I invite you to identify yourself with the words being spoken. There is one life, whole and unbroken, moving through all things. This is the creative power of life, the living presence that is the source, the sustainer, the substance of all that is. Within this presence, there is no edge, no end, no place where life stops. It is infinite expression, boundless in its movement, luminous in its giving, vast in its continuity. There is only this life, forever. I am one with this life, and this life is within me. I'm not separate from its creative power, the power that animates all things. Every breath I draw is drawn from the same source that has always been. I am an expression of that which is holy, whole, continual, and freely given. I live and breathe and have my being within the one life now. In this awareness, then, the reality of my life becomes clear and present. Life is flowing through me and through each person in this room as a seamless extension of the divine, now and forever. It flows as love and connection, the love that we have shared, the love that we will share, the awareness we carry, the sense of self. This realization helps me to embrace the idea that the sovereignty of heaven is a state of mind already given and is my life. I repeat to myself, the gift is already given. Here, already whole, mine to inhabit fully. I realize what a gift this is, what an extraordinary, unearned, generous gift life is. And there is gratitude in that awareness, a gratitude that moves beyond words, a deep and steady thankfulness for life as it is, and for as it continues, and for the awareness that I exist, as we all do, within something vast, holy, and real. And so I release this prayer now into that creative power of life that is the source of all things, that through which I create and express. And I bring this prayer to a close by saying with you, and so it is, followed by a deep breath in and a sigh. As we take a moment of quiet to ease into the transition from our prayer time into what's happening next in the room. Once again, a deep breath like this. And a sigh. As we use the movement of that breath to mark the transition to our time of supporting our center through our gifts and tithes, which, in addition to our prayers and good thoughts and volunteering is what sustains the center so that it can remain open to be an oasis of spiritual exploration for people like you and me, who are looking to understand our relationship to the Divine One. I ask the ushers to stand as we prepare our gifts by saying together, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does amazing work in the world. And so it is. Ushers, please receive the gift.
I've come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Whoa, whoa. Sing that with me. Whoa, whoa. One more time. Whoa, whoa. I said we have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. I said we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. We carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. I say we carry this love. Yeah, we carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Last time, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go.
Thank you for all of the wonderful gifts that you share with this community, and thanks again to our wonderful band. All right, we have a brand new education catalog available for you out at the info table, and there's 3 classes in it that I'd like to share with you. And the first one, this is what we're talking about. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the never-ending cycle of doing, consuming, and being productive. We can sometimes neglect our needs and forget to create space to receive life's blessings. Well, Dr. Edwards' workshop, Opening Yourself to Receive, aims to shift your experience and your perspective towards a more balanced approach to living by opening to receptive states of being. And in the workshop, you'll identify what you want to receive more of And you'll also explore that receptive state of being and how you can release limiting beliefs that might be blocking you so that you can cultivate more gratitude in your life. And this workshop is on Sunday, April 26th at 1 to 3 p.m. All right, the second class that's coming up. If you'd like to explore Pema Chodron's books, Start Where You Are, through the lens of Science of Mind, then you'll want to explore an upcoming 4-week class on acceptance as a spiritual practice. And in this class, we'll look at how we relate to ourselves, the habits of self-criticism. I know I'm guilty of that one. The quiet war many of us wage against who we really are, and how that shapes the way that we see others. And along the way, we'll work with concepts like Maitri, which is unconditional friendliness towards oneself, Tonglen meditation, and the Science of Mind teaching that wholeness isn't something we build, but something that we already are. And that class starts on Thursday, May 7th. And the third class that I want to bring to your attention is about forgiveness. In particular, the ancient Hawaiian practice of Ho'oponopono. And Reverend Sayota Bell's upcoming class, Coming Home, the practice of self-forgiveness, explores what forgiveness is, what it is not, and how we can start small in our forgiveness practice and how that can lead us to big healing. And that class begins on Tuesday, April 14. You can register for all of these on our website, so make sure you grab that catalog on your way out. Now, our community is much more than just our Sunday service, as exciting and wonderful as it is. And there's many ways that you can connect with all of your friends in the center throughout the week. And one way is to join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here in the center for our Wednesday evening service. And in this service, we share inspiration from the Science of Mind, and we also share spiritual practice together. And this Wednesday, Reverend Sayota Bell will be sharing how we can build out a spiritual practice that is rooted in the power of nature. And that's our theme for this month, and our Wednesday is the spiritual nature of the universe. And so join us for that this Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then another way that I find super exciting, because it's coming right up, it's actually beginning today, is nurturing our community. And these are small events that are centered around food and something interesting like throwing a tea party, making tie-dye shirts, or music. There's quite a lot of music. And all of this takes place in members' homes. And here's a video from someone who attended one of our Nurturing Our Community events last year.
It was a perfect high tea. The Mad Hatter high tea was a combination of a setting in an elegant garden with beautiful flowers and scrumptious food. Jan and Iris were perfect hosts. We had sweets, crustless sandwiches, and a combination of tea that was incredible. I even learned how to make clotted cream, which is something I've always wanted to know how to do. The tea was served in little china cups, bone china, just lovely. The 8 people that attended, I thought I knew them, and I did. But after this event, I know them in a much more deep connection. We went around the table and we talked about ourselves. We talked about what mattered to us and how we found our way to the Center for Spiritual Living. This group of individuals represented many different faiths from their earlier years, and yet each one has found their way to Science of Mind. This connection was deeply affirming for me, and it remembers that we are more than just this building. We are a community of people that help and know one another to grow, to be, to act. Nurturing our community is a gift that the center gives itself and its people. It allows us to deepen our friendship while raising funds to continue the good work we do here at the center. I am grateful for this splendid program. Thanks.
All right, so you just saw that bidding opens today for our Nurturing Our Community events. Now, don't worry, if you have not registered yet, you can also register today. You must register before you're able to bid, because what we do is we put your credit card on file for the bidding, and then if you win your bid, then we charge the card for whatever the amount the bid was at that you bid there. So bid as often as you like, have fun with it, and go out and talk with our Nurturing Our Community folks. They'll tell you all about the many events that we've had there. And we have, I believe, 33 events out there that you can bid on today. So I know there's quite a variety of exciting community events for you to take part in. So I hope you will bid. All right. So thank you so much for being part of our community. Happy Easter and have a wonderful week.
Thank you very much, Reverend Russ, and thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And if there is something incomplete in you, or if you cried yourself to sleep last night, or you're working on something in your life and you'd just like some spiritual support to see it thrive and prosper, please do not go home without taking advantage of the prayer support available to you online through our Zoom prayer rooms, confidential and private, or right here in the room by going to the back and checking in with the host, who will connect you with a prayer practitioner right in the room, who will listen to you and custom make a prayer, a spiritual mind treatment for you. It's a beautiful gift to give yourself. With that in mind, won't you please stand as you are able, saying, "Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through you right now.
It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, life is in my body, and life is in my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you are guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Thank you for being here. Let's close in song.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. And no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes,